Hey guys, how's it going? Amanza Goldman Petrie, or AGP here from Markets Like a Nerd, and this is part 3 in our 7-part live stream series for the week. All this week in the Market Like a Nerd Facebook group, I am showing you how to craft creative Facebook ad angles that meet your prospects where they're at and the frame of mind that they're at, the level of awareness they have about their problem, the possibilities, the path, the person who's the right person to help them and your product, meeting them where they're at in that journey to make sure that your ad angles really resonate. So yesterday, if you missed the live streams that we had yesterday, we talked about the 3-tier strategy that we use at Market Like a Nerd when we are running our own ads or our clients' ads, which is that we start by getting attention within the newsfeed, getting people to stop their scroll by running ad angles that make sure that shift their level of awareness so that they are aware and focused on the exact problem that you solve, and that they are aware of the possibilities for what could happen, how their life could be impacted by solving that problem. And they're really focused on creating that outcome because that primes them in a place where they are now ready to learn about you and your product. So that's what we talked about yesterday. Those replays are still in the Facebook group. They will expire once this series is over, so make sure that you do go watch them if you did miss it. Today, what we're going to do is I'm actually going to show you how I go through my Facebook profile and the photos that I've uploaded in order to, or for a client, in order to come up with additional copy angles for the second tier of Facebook ads, which is activating the prospect as a lead or a buyer. So once the prospect is aware of the problem that you solve and the solution that you provide, it's the next natural step for them to want to get your gift or get your product in order to solve that problem and create that reality. So this next group of ads that you run are all going to be going to your funnel, whether that's a free gift that's starting the funnel, or it could be even a low ticket initial offer. We have plenty of clients where we run funnels and the very first thing is actually not a free gift. It's a low cost, entry level, low barrier to entry offer, like $27 for a whole lot of value. So the angles that I'm about to show you are going into those types of things. So you wouldn't usually use the strategy I'm about to show you for like retargeting ads. This is usually meant for the front of the funnel, Facebook ads going into an opt-in or potentially into a low ticket, low barrier of entry offer. And what's really cool about this, guys, is because I'm going to be doing a live demo, if you want me to use you as an example and go through your profile, see your pictures, and help you come up with ad angles based on that, I'm happy to do that. Just comment below and let me know you want to be a guinea pig. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and screen share. And I'm going to bring, let me make sure you can see my screen. And then I'm going to bring my phone up and I'm going to show you how I would actually come up with these types of Facebook ads. Okay, you can see me. So now let me bring my phone up. All right, beautiful. So now you can see my phone. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I actually craft ad angles using just the everyday posts that I would have, the everyday images that I would have and stories that I would have from like my regular posting on Facebook. You know, people think that their ads have to be like really overtly promotional, like this here, very overtly promotional. Let's see if we can scroll through and find some more. This is very overtly promotional. There's not really anything interesting about that ad. Same thing here. This is pretty overtly promotional. There's not anything really standing out too much about this ad. It's very direct in that it's promoting something. But sometimes you'll see ad angles that we run that they look like it's something you would see in the news feed. Like when I'm scrolling through my news feed, this is an actual real life image of one of my Facebook friends. And I would look at this and I would say, okay, this is not an ad. This is something that's meant to be in my news feed. If I saw something like this, I would say, I would probably scroll through it because it looks like it was from a business. Let's see, these look like images from a friend. This doesn't look like it's from a business. I mean, Selena does run a business, but that's not what it looks like here. This looks like it's images from a friend. It doesn't look like it's from a business. It doesn't look like it's a promotional post. And so these are the types of things that we want to see in our newsfeed. We want to see images like this. We want to see posts like this. And if a post looks like this, we're going to assume it's from a friend. We're going to assume we were meant to read it. We're not going to automatically assume this is a sponsored post or this is an ad. This very well could be an ad. Like this image from Christine Gallagher, even with this this initial line, last week I bought a new dream car, all cash, no car payment. I could think like, hey, this could very well be an ad, but I wouldn't initially think that when looking at it. Christine actually could very easily take one of these images and even a good amount of this copy and turn this into a Facebook ad that I guarantee would work really, really well because it wouldn't look like it was meant to be an ad. So it would fool people in the news feed. And that's really what you want to do. You want to find real life images, things that people would expect to see in their news feed, and use that in your ads rather than these overtly promotional, salesy types of posts and images. So what I will do is I'll go to my profile. When I want to come up with more ad angles, I'll go to my profile and then I'll go to photos. And you can either look at photos of you. These are things that other people have uploaded and tagged me in, or I can go to uploads, and these are things that I've uploaded myself. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll through these photos and I'm going to try to find ways to relate the photo to whatever it is that I am offering and kind of use the photo as a segue to my funnel. So, for example, I could run an ad angle with this image in it and talk about some of the insights so this was me at Funnel Hacking Live, and I could run an ad angle that talks about some of the insights that I learned from Funnel Hacking Live, and then somehow lead that into one of my funnels. Or I could talk about how incredible it is that I've gotten to a point in my business where I get to hang out with influencers like Chad here. Because Chad is really well known in this industry, and then talk about how, and like position it as this is such a dream, and if you want to be able to network with high profile influencers like this, if that feels like a dream, then, and then you do your pitch for your free gift. I could use this image here and talk about how this is me literally hanging out with a Tony Award winner and how incredibly cool that is that I'm hanging out with someone who literally beat out Tom Hanks for a Tony Award, and again position it as like this is an insane life that I'm living, and if you want to be able to grow your business and your visibility in order to get these type of results, then here's my free gift, and you segue it into the free gift. So this is the type of image, and these are the types of images that people would see in their newsfeed and not think it's an ad. They're going to think it's from a friend in their newsfeed, so they're going to stop and they're going to look at it. And especially if you have a story that goes along with it, again, it's going to have that feel of it was naturally meant to be in the newsfeed. Here, I could run an angle talking about the power that comes from having the right partner and the right team in place in your business, and how working with Jody has, or we could have it be written from Jody's point of view, and how she says working with me has changed her life, and then have the ad be about the power of having the right partner, the right team, and then I could segue that into a pitch about how we can be your team, right? Because we manage ads, we manage PR, and we can be your team. So let us be that partner and let us be that team for you. And so this would be the image, and then that would be the story, and that would be the angle, and it would segue into, it always still segues into the offer, but it starts with an image that they would expect to see in their newsfeed and a story that they would expect to hear in the newsfeed. Let's see. This is one of my gym. I could run an ad angle that talked about how this gym was like $15,000 to create, and I never could have imagined having the money to be able to afford creating a gym like this, or even the time to be able to actually go and work out in a home gym. And again, position it as like, oh man, this is such a dream, and do you want to have the type of business that affords you the income to be able to do things like this and the time to be able to do things like this? If that sounds like something you want, then here's my free gift that's going to help you get there. Oh my God. Let's see. I could have one with this. So this is from the Friends set at the Warner Brothers studio. I could have an ad angle that takes some sort of lesson from the Friends TV show and ties it into business, and then segues that into the offer. Or I could even I could have an angle that talks about how I, get to travel and go sightseeing, and that's something that I really love, and because my business affords me the time to be able to do that, I get to live the life of my dreams. And if you want that, then here's a free gift that you can grab to help you build that kind of life. So again, this would be the image. This would be the actual image in the ad, which kind of like people are very shocked by that because this doesn't look like an ad image, but that's the point. The point is you use an image that's actually already in your newsfeed. You don't have to go to a designer and get a designer to go and create a ton of ad images for you. You already have them. We actually have an ad that we ran that was me and my husband painting. And I'm trying to remember how we positioned it. It was like, we used the language of like, I'm no Picasso in art, but when it comes to business, you would probably look at my business and see it as a freaking masterpiece or something like that. And so we used art language in the ad and related art to like the masterpiece of paying attention to every stroke in the painting, to the detail that goes into creating a business empire that is a masterpiece as well. We run ads of us on vacation and us with clients as well. and again, like kind of positioned it as like, this is the lifestyle that we get to live because our business allows for us to do that, right? So these are the types of things that you can do with your ads. You don't need to pay someone to, oh, we ran an ad angle like this with my husband and me, like being silly. And the ad, I believe the ad angle was something around the lines of, let's be real, most coaches, if they had their choice, would not actually be spending all day coaching. Like if they're really honest with themselves, as much as they love what they do, chances are they love living their life and being with their spouse or their family a whole lot more, because that's how it is for most people. And like, and then it went on to say, like, I'm going to be honest. That's how I am. Like if I had to choose between coaching clients all day long and spending time with my husband, I love this man. He's my soulmate. I would want to spend every waking hour, every minute with him. And I get to spend so much time with him because my business affords me that sort of lifestyle. And if you want to have a business that allows for you to spend more time with the people you love too, then here's a free gift that will help you do that. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that off and take this back. And so I just wanted to kind of give that to you guys as an example, so that you can see you have everything that you need, that you have everything that you need in order to get some of these ad angles going. You don't need to go to a designer to, or, you know, a photographer to get beautiful headshots and like flowing dresses on the beach and that type of thing. You don't need to hire a photographer to get professional photos, and you don't need to hire a designer to get professional ad images created. You have everything you need in your own Facebook profile, in your own newsfeed. Go through your own newsfeed, through the photos that you've been tagged in, through the photos that you've uploaded. Use those images as your ad images, and then craft angles inspired by it that starts off kind of as a story related to the image. Because what you don't want to do is you don't want to have like an image from your newsfeed and then an overtly promotional post text that's not related to the image, because that will feel very disjointed. But if you start the copy off in a way where it's inspired by the image, it'll feel congruent, and then you can segue it into the offer. So let me try to pull up, I'm going to find and some examples, and then I will show you what I mean. Jody said she sent me some examples, so let me find those. That way you can like really see this in action. I showed you how I do it. Like I literally just go into my profile and then just look at images, and I'm like, okay, how can I segue this into my offer? But let me show you some samples. I just got to pull them up. Hang tight. Okay, let me share my screen again. And let me just make sure the screen is sharing again. Man, there's a major lag. Okay, so hopefully you can see, yeah, okay, there we go. You can see my screen now. So here's an example of an ad image, and I've shown this one before. I have other ones that I'll show you too. This is an ad where I literally used a picture of me giving birth. And you can tell this is not what people would typically use for an ad image. That's like insane, right? It seems insane, but it works because this is what people expect to see in the newsfeed. And then I tied the image into the copy, segueing it into the offer. So it starts off, sometimes running a coaching business can feel as painful as giving birth. Okay, maybe not as painful as pushing out an 11-pound monster baby like my business partner did, but pretty darned close. When you're hustling 24/7 overtime in your coaching business, trying desperately to birth your dream into the world while staying fully committed to your vision, it's stressful. There may be mood swings, crying, your body deteriorates, your eyes straining, and neck cramping as you stay glued to the computer late at night. That's no way to live. Give your business an epidural already. Here's a shot of freedom for you. And then it has the link. And then it gets a little bit more overtly promotional. It's a quick training to show you how I built a coaching business online, impacting lives all around the world and traveling to places like Mexico, the Bahamas, Belize, Hawaii, and more, and getting paid to do it. It took me years to figure this out. And now with this training, you're getting a massive shortcut. Again, the link. Look, you're willing to invest 9 months to push that baby of yours out. Aren't you willing to invest 1 minute to sign up for this training that could completely change your life and your kid's life for good? Get it now, and then here's the link. So you can see here, we took an image that was just, I was just scrolling through my images on Facebook, and I said, oh, there's a picture of me giving birth. How can I turn that into an ad? And I did. I used language that's inspired by the image. I used a metaphor inspired by that image, and I segued it into my offer. So it looks like an ad. It looks like something that would be in my newsfeed. It doesn't look like an ad, so it's going to get attention. Here's another. This is one that we ran for a client. You can see this is my client when she was actually pregnant, and she is a fitness coach for pregnant women. And so it starts off with being about her, inspired by this image. I would have never ever imagined or even dreamed that I could wear a bikini confidently while pregnant. I come from bad genetics. All the women in my family gained a lot of weight during pregnancy and never really got their body back. I had lost all hopes of ever having a fit pregnancy, of ever being able to be a fit mom after babies, but one day I made the decision to exercise, and that was the game changer for me. Women ask me all the time if it's too late to start exercising in the 2nd to 3rd trimester, and the answer is no. And so you can see now she's starting to get into her offer, and she's starting to segue it into what she does. But it started off as a story that's going to resonate with the ideal client, but it's related to the real life picture that she has, and she's segueing it into her offer in a way that feels natural. Let me see if we can find some of these other ones. I think this is sort of the same thing. So this is a picture of her with her baby belly. And it starts off, I always knew pregnancy was no walk in the park. I knew it would be hard for me both during and also the after. I remember always wondering how I would look and feel after having a baby. Would I ever be able to get my belly down after pregnancy? It seemed impossible as my belly grew naturally, of course. I knew it had to, but the changes are so amazing and so much that I doubted myself. How in the world would I ever be able to get this belly down again? Was I the only one thinking that during my pregnancy? Does anyone else wonder that? This was my first pregnancy, and I truly didn't know how the heck I would get my body in shape again. I remember seeing friends after months of having their babies, and they still looked several months pregnant. I remember thinking to myself, will that happen to me? And then it has like all of her doubts, and you can see like she's telling this story in first person from her point of view, but these are the types of things that her ideal clients are going to be thinking too. So she's relating it to the image, speaking the private thoughts that her prospects are actually having, and then segueing it down here at the end into her offer. So this is where a lot of people go wrong in their ad. Oh, hold on. Let me see. This is where a lot of people go wrong in their ads. They're too overtly promotional too quickly. And those are the only sort of ad angles that they run. But the types of people who will respond to very salesy promotions in your ads, those are the types of people who are extremely primed to opt in. They probably already are aware of their problem. They're already aware of the solution that they want. They're already aware of like the exact method and strategy that they want to execute. They're probably already aware of you. They just don't know about your offer yet. So normally it's the warmer leads who are going to respond to that type of thing. But Facebook is all full of cold leads. And so if you don't tap into them, then you're going to be missing out. But the cold leads are not normally going to be scrolling through their newsfeed and paying attention to things that are obviously ads. They're scrolling through their newsfeed and they're looking for content from their friends, updates from their friends. So you need to show up in their newsfeed as a friend and kind of trick them essentially into stopping and reading the update using an image that they would expect to see in their newsfeed, and then kind of segue into your offer from there. So there you go, guys. That's how the second tier works. In the second tier of our framework, you want to be driving traffic into your opt-in or into that initial low cost offer. And the best way to do that is by running ad angles that are actually inspired by things that you've already been posting on Facebook. So you don't need a photographer, you don't need a graphic designer. Just go and scroll through your Facebook, find photos and say, oh, how can I turn that into an ad angle? Take that image, use that in your ad, find a story or a lesson or something that you can pull from that image and then segue it into your offer. Boom, there's your copy. So that's how you run your tier 2 ad angles. Later today at 2 p.m. Pacific, I'm going to go live again and I'm going to walk you through the last tier of our 3-tier Facebook ads framework, which is retargeting ads. So what do you put in front of an audience that already knows about you, they already know about your offer, they've gone through your funnel, but they haven't actually bought or they haven't actually scheduled a call? How do you get them over the edge so that they actually finally take that desired action? So that's what we'll talk about later today, 2 p.m. Pacific. I will see you guys there. And if you have any questions in the meantime, you know where to find me. Thanks for being here, guys. Hope you learned a lot, and I will catch you later. Bye.